I'm just here to show up, and when I do show up, I show out for sure. That belt coming out. Hopefully he bring his too, with that belt coming out. I like to thank Al Heyman, PBC, Tom Brown, and I like to thank Tank himself. You know what I'm saying? He, cash cow, head honcho, gave me the opportunity. That's Boogie.
Fight, you know what I mean? Lamont coming with his best, I'm coming with my best, and right here is the top of the DMV area, just on the stage period. So even on the undercard, the Gary Russells and things like that, they definitely a part of the DMV and things like that. So we got great.
Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach had their first face-off today during a media event ahead of their anticipated rematch. The tension between them was unmistakable, as the encounter seemed to reflect all the unresolved emotions left in the wake of their March 1st bout, which ended in a controversial draw. The face-off was charged with animosity, bitterness, and unresolved hostility. Lamont Roach, now more determined than ever, isn't just preparing to blemish Gervonta Davis's boxing record again, as he did in their first fight by handing him his first career draw, but aims to go even further this time. He's setting his sights on destroying Davis's undefeated legacy completely.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you.
It's overall been something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubt himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm sure.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, we're going to see.
Gervonta Davis, on the other hand, is eager to unleash the fearsome knockout artist within him once more, the version of himself that didn't just beat opponents, but dismantled them with ruthless precision. He hopes to add Lamont Roach to the list of 28 fighters he has previously demolished before the final bell. Yet there's something fans often overlook. Despite the hostile face-off, many believe Davis is the one entering this rematch with the fire of revenge burning brightest. After all, he was the overwhelming favorite in their first encounter and had rarely gone the full distance in his career, only twice before. Because of this, most boxing fans see Gervonta Davis not just as a fighter preparing for another bout, but as a man on a mission to reclaim his pride and erase the stain Lamont Roach left on his record.
We got great talent, fighting on the card Saturday night. So I just want to be here and give it my all. I'm grateful and happy to be a part of this event and be able to be at this level in my career. So I want to just say thank y'all for coming out and see y'all Saturday night, and thank everybody.
But the reality is that Lamont Roach was the true victim of injustice in their first encounter. The draw wasn't a fair outcome. It was the result of questionable decisions from the judges, the referee, the World Boxing Association, and the New York State Athletic Commission, all seemingly playing a role in the controversy. It was a moment where boxing, politics, and officiating failed a deserving fighter. If anyone should be seeking revenge in this rematch, it's Lamont Roach. He had the most significant win of his career stolen from him, not by his opponent, but by the carelessness and corruption of those who were supposed to ensure a fair fight.
Create enough separation where this don't happen again.
Whew, that's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't give me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best.
What makes this matchup even more compelling is the possibility of it opening the door to a trilogy. For a fighter like Gervonta Davis, who has never previously fought a rematch, the idea of a 3-fight rivalry is especially enticing. Throughout his career, Davis has been linked to potential rematches with former opponents like Ryan Garcia and Isaac Pitbull Cruz, yet none of those talks ever materialized, until Lamont Roach entered the picture and shook things up. Against all odds, Roach earned his place in the spotlight. Many experts believe this rematch will mirror the first fight in intensity and competitiveness. Both Roach and Davis possess nearly equal levels of technical prowess and ring intelligence. The major edge for Lamont Roach, however, is his iron chin. He took Tank's best shots and absorbed them like they were nothing more than empty jabs thrown into the air.
Will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what he did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight. A whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
Tank's heavy dependence on his knockout power might prove ineffective in this rematch. If he wants to stand a real chance, he needs to focus on boxing, sticking to the fundamentals and outpointing Roach over the rounds. Lamont Roach is a dogged fighter. He's not the kind you can just knock out like the rest. In fact, it was Davis who got caught by one of Roach's clean hooks in their previous clash. Roach thrives in the pocket, right in the heart of the action, and that makes things difficult for Tank. He's used to opponents retreating at the mere sight of his punches, but Roach stands his ground. That willingness to trade in the storm is what makes Roach such a dangerous opponent for a power puncher like Gervonta Davis.
He's locked up. Is he strong? Tell that man too small, bro. Y'all in the same weight class.
That's a new weight class.
Moved up.
A new weight class.
That's what I'm saying. That night y'all was in the same weight class. And you still feel like you too small?
He was too small.
Dang.
You just call him a spade. No disrespect, no nothing. He's just too small. I've been in there with some big guys.
There's a lot to anticipate in the upcoming rematch, and the face-off is just the beginning of a heated rivalry that will continue to escalate until August. After one of the most controversial boxing matches in recent memory between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. on March 1st, the entire boxing community has been eager to see them step into the ring again. The first fight's majority draw decision left too many questions unanswered, and fans have been demanding a second clash to settle the score once and for all.
On the rematch, let me know now, do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank
100%.
again?
It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay.
I'd love for it to be in DC.
It quickly became evident that both camps were on board for a rematch, and a report from Sports Illustrated's Chris Mannix confirmed the speculation. He wrote, "A Tank Roach rematch could happen as early as June 21st in Las Vegas. Both sides are now committed to running it back." With the date and location for Davis versus Roach 2 seemingly locked in, debate across social media has intensified as fans argue over which of these elite boxers will walk away victorious in the sequel. Many are backing Lamont Roach, 1X, formerly. Twitter user posted 2 photos from the first fight, confidently writing, "Roach is beating that guy again, mate."
Saying that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long will you take?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's gonna be soon. I'm hoping it's gonna be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
Another fan posted a gif of a cockroach wielding a lightsaber, a humorous yet clear sign of support for Roach. On the other side, several fans are throwing their weight behind Davis for the rematch. One fan commented, "I thought Roach won the first 115-113, but I think Tank will make adjustments and win the rematch." Another added, "Tank, I think Roach will be very competitive, but Tank will KO him in the later rounds." As the expected rematch date draws nearer, the anticipation and excitement surrounding the fight are only going to continue growing.
We ain't doing that. You go look at Tank all his fights. That was the first fight in a long time when Tank first got his body was that defined. You see how his body look?
Yeah. And you weighed in at 133.
As for the first fight, it was expected to be just another routine night at the office for Gervonta Davis and his team. Once the matchup with Lamont Roach was announced, Team Davis showed no signs of concern or nervousness. Roach, while holding a respectable record and a title, was seen as a smaller man and a significant underdog. However, Roach entered the ring with something to prove. From the opening bell, he boxed brilliantly from the outside, and when Davis forced him to abandon his jab and fight on the inside, Roach didn't flinch. He adjusted with ease.
Very skillful fighter. The fighters from the area. In that DMV area, there's a lot of talent, and nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose. So I knew it was going to be a hard fight. This has been going on forever. We all help each other. They know our strength. They know our secrets. We know theirs, and vice versa. So that is what made for a good fight. I thought it was a great fight, spirited fight, and I like to see it run back.
By the time the final bell rang, fans inside Brooklyn's Barclays Center stood stunned. Though they had just witnessed 36 minutes of relentless action, there was uncertainty over who had truly won as the judges' scores were being calculated. Team Davis waited calmly, confident in their man. But when the verdict was announced, a majority draw, the smiles disappeared. For the first time in his professional career, Davis exited the ring without an official win. Backstage, Davis slumped into his chair while his team, including Barry Hunter, expressed visible disappointment. Hunter, who stepped into the lead role for the night in place of Calvin Ford, believed the judges made a mistake. From his perspective, Davis had been pushed to his limits.
Like I would say in the second half of the fight.
Well, I knew he would be hungry. I knew he was going to fight extremely hard. I told you earlier Lamont Roach was ever a cheat day, so we knew that going into this fight. I thought there were times, there were opportunities when we were inside. We should have took advantage of a few things on the inside, but for the most part, this was a fight based on strategy. This was a fight, actually.
There's no need to sugarcoat it. Hunter is fully convinced that Davis turned a tight back-and-forth contest into a clear win in the final rounds. "We take our hats off to the other side," said Hunter to ES News, "but I thought down. The stretch, the last 2 rounds, sealed the deal. I thought we pulled it off." The only chance Davis has in the rematch, Hunter believes, is if he takes his craft as seriously as he promised to after the fight. That controversial draw with Lamont Roach prompted Davis to reveal he would only take 1 week off before diving back into training.
When you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what it called? Yeah, man.
Regardless of what's happening in Gervonta Davis's camp, boxing fans are eagerly awaiting his rematch with Lamont Roach. This time, all eyes are on Davis to make good on the promise he made to Roach. "I'm going to chop chop Bob and weave. I'm going to end it in the 9th round. I like to show people that they aren't who they think they are. I prove it to them," he added. "When I won my first title, the whole building doubted me."
Man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't throw it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out to get the burn out of your eyes?
But let's put things in perspective. A 5-time 3-division world champion, Davis returned to Barclays Center, the same venue where he set records for highest attendance and gate earnings during his knockout win over Rolando Romero in May 2022. At the press conference, the fighters reignited their old rivalry, one that dates back to their amateur days, and both promised fireworks when they meet again in the ring.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9th?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look, he looked at night.
I'm telling him.
Gervonta Davis said, "The energy here is amazing. I won my first championship here, and I've got more followers from New York than almost anywhere else. New Yorkers bring that energy. Lamont's got skills, even though he's in a smaller weight class. He's someone I came up with in this sport, and he's still doing his thing. He's definitely a top opponent, and people will see that on March 1st. We'll test his chin. He might think my past opponents didn't have chins, but we'll definitely test his. I say leave the kids at home." Lamont Roach, on the other hand, responded, "I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe I could win. I've hurt everyone I've been in the ring with, and this won't be any different."
You know that power curry late.
I know you got some sneaky power. That's what I do know.
What?
Who said that? You said what?
"This is a huge opportunity, and we're going to seize it," Roach declared. "Everyone knows what I'm here to do, and if you don't, you'll be in for a surprise. I'm going to show you what happens when 2 dogs go at it in the ring. My team built my career from the ground up. I've had the same team since I turned pro, and we've always taken the toughest fights. I worked my way to the #1 contender spot, lost a fight, and bounced back. We even have a common opponent, Hector Luis Garcia, and I beat him easily. That previous fight wasn't a challenge. It is what it is. Frank was inexperienced and nervous, but this is going to be a whole different fight. I'm a different fighter, and so is Davis when he's in there with me.
Get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that. Or like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that?